Welcome back students. In the previous lecture we have dealt with the course outcomes, course objectives, syllabus content, text and reference book, practical outcome, practical list also, and then we have gone through the rubrics for the practical as well as rubrics for the CIA. In this lecture we are going to start with unit number 1, and unit number 1 consists of your field effect transistor. So what are the contents of unit number 1? Try to understand. So junction field effect transistor, JFET, then MOSFET, difference between JFET and MOSFET. Also we will have a comparison between MOSFETs and BJTs, bipolar junction transistor, how the biasing of MOSFET is being done, then what are the different applications of FET and MOSFET. Also we will go through the CMOS devices, then wave shaping circuit, integrated circuit and multivibrator. We will study it as the operational amplifier. So in your first unit, second half part consists of introduction to the operational amplifiers and ideal versus practical characteristics of the op-amp, performance parameters, operational amplifier application circuit just like peak detector circuit, comparator, active filters, non-linear amplifier just like zero crossing detector, relaxation oscillator. We have one practical based on relaxation oscillator also, current to voltage converter and voltage to current converter. So along with that we will understand operational amplifier as wave shaping circuit also, and multivibrators also, okay, either monostable or astable. The applications we will go through. There is also one practical based on IC 555 related to your astable multivibrator, design astable multivibrator using IC NE 555. That also we will see in this unit number 1. Then what do you mean by FET? Now your actual syllabus starts from this point onwards. So FET, field effect transistor versus BJT. Now if I want to make a comparison, so FETs and BJTs, both of them, what are the similarities in FETs and BJTs? Both can be used for the amplification purpose, both can be used as a switching device, or they can be used to make the switching, then impedance matching circuit. So these three similarities we can observe. Now if you do remember, the BJTs have three terminals. One is base, another one is emitter, and third one is a collector. Similar to that, in the FETs we have gate, source and drain. So there is equivalence, you need to remember this. So base in the BJT is equivalent to gate in the FET, emitter in the BJT is equivalent to source in the FET, and drain in the FET is corresponding to the collector. Okay, try to understand what is the importance. If you do remember the BJT, emitter emits the electron which will be collected by collector, and base is acting as a controlling terminal. Base is acting as a controlling terminal. In the same way, here the source will emit the electrons which will be collected at the drain. I am just talking about electrons right now, but it can be possible that the holes may also be responsible for the conduction. So source will emit the charge carrier which will be collected at the drain, and here gate is the controlling terminal. Gate is the controlling terminal. Now if you do remember, emitter, if you do remember, base is a small region area wise, emitter is next to it, and collector is having the more region. If you just compare as far as doping concentration is concerned, base is lightly doped, emitter is moderately doped, and collector is heavily doped. Okay, and due to that, see, the name itself indicates base, which is acting as a base between emitter and collector. Emitter, one who emits, and collector, one who collects the charge carrier. Similar to that, here gate is having a small area, or even there are multiple types of the MOSFETs, whether FET, whether you are using MOSFET, N channel MOSFET, P channel MOSFET, depending on that this differentiation is being made. But right now for this particular point, you just remember that base is having equivalent to the gate, base in BJT equivalent to gate in FET, source in FET is equivalent to emitter in BJT, and drain in FET is equivalent to collector in the BJT. Okay, then what are the differences that one should understand between FET and BJT? First and very most important difference is that FET is a voltage control device. So gate to source voltage actually controls the drain current. So gate is a controlling terminal, as I told you earlier, but FET we can understand it depends on the operation of the FET, depends upon what is the gate to source voltage you apply. So FETs are voltage control devices, whereas BJT is a current control device where base current, if you do remember the equation for the BJT, it was IE is equal to IB plus IC. IB plus IC, if you do remember. So emitter current is equal to collector current plus base current. Base current is very, very small. If you can ignore that, IE is approximately equal to IC, which you have done. So BJT is a current control device, whereas FET is a voltage control device. The second differential point between FET and BJT is that it is having high input impedance and lower impedance. What is the purpose of input impedance? You already know. Higher input impedance devices are always preferred, so that if you do remember, the noise is a very low voltage signal, it should not drive. What I mean to say, if noise is present at the input of the base of input of the BJT as base, it should not be amplified. In the similar way, if the noise which is present at the gate to source, it should not be amplified. So high input impedance devices are always preferred over low input impedance devices, because the low voltage signal should not drive the equipment. Then less sensitive to the temperature variation. FETs are less sensitive to the temperature variation, whereas BJTs are higher sensitive to the temperature variation. You may ask that, being a semiconductor device, you also know that semiconductors are having negative temperature coefficient of resistance. That means if the temperature increases, resistance decreases. But in that case also, even them, FETs and BJT are made up of semiconductor devices. Try to understand the thing. FETs are less sensitive to the temperature variations as compared to the BJT, where BJTs are highly sensitive. Another thing is that FETs are unipolar device. Either current flows due to electrons or holes. So depending on that, it is called a unipolar device. But in case of a BJT, we consider two currents. If you do remember, one is a diffusion current, one is the leakage current. Diffusion current, the current which is flowing into the device because of the majority charge carrier, and leakage current is the current flowing in the device because of the minority charge carrier. Okay, so diffusion current and leakage current are two important currents when we have studied the BJT. So BJT current depends on both this parameter, diffusion current and leakage current. But in case of FET, it is a unipolar device. So how it is a unipolar device, that we are going to discuss in the very next slides, or in the next lecture we will discuss about these unipolar devices. And it is smaller, easily integrated chip. It is a bigger IC. So as compared to the BJT, FET, as far as size is concerned, it is heavier, or it is we can say that bulky as compared to the BJT. Size is bulky as compared to the FETs. Okay, then what are the different types of FETs? Okay, so try to understand. JFET, junction field effect transistor, then MESFET, metal semiconductor field effect transistor, is another type. And in the MOSFET, there is a depletion type MOSFET and enhancement type MOSFET. So what is the long form of MOSFET? Metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. Okay, and FET long form is field effect transistor. So there are three basic types of FET. JFET, junction field effect transistor, where the comparison between JFET and BJT is clear to you. Then MESFET, metal semiconductor field effect transistor, it is MESFET and MOSFET. For your syllabus, only JFETs and MOSFETs are there. So we are going to talk about JFET and MOSFET in the forthcoming lecture. We are not going to concentrate about MESFET, and we will see the characteristics of JFET and MOSFET in the forthcoming lecture. So that's it from my side for this particular lecture. Thank you very much and happy learning.